Ori! Ori! Oh, look at the face. So dark. Hi! Hey! Oh, I see your eyes opening. Ori! Oh my goodness. Biggie baby. Just look at these cats. There's Torti. And there's Ori. They are both just passed the fuck out. Anyway, so I realized, like, at 5 in the morning last night that I have tickets to a drag show tonight. I kind of completely forgot it because it was just kind of last second. And I'll be going by myself, which isn't the usual, so I'm a little bit anxious about it. But it's Jujubee, Crystal Method, and Willem, all from RuPaul's Drag Race, and I really enjoy Jujubee and Crystal, so I really want to go. But it's one of those things where it's like, I want to go, but I don't at the same time, because like we have really crappy weather right now, and it's been raining off and on all day. We have like a thunderstorm warning going on, so I'm just like, but as you can see, I'm kind of looking better than normal to go. I don't know. I don't have makeup skills, so I can just do like really basic stuff, and I don't do foundation. So I always feel weird going to like drag shows and stuff because I feel like I don't own anything that like represents that. And I don't know, I always feel like the odd one out at these shows and stuff, I guess, just because I feel too plain. But whatever. Anyway, this week is definitely going to be a busy one. Like I have that tonight. Tomorrow I have a freaking pap smear appointment with my gynecologist. Not looking forward to that. Here in France, you have to get one done every 2 years, which is way too often in my opinion. But you also have to do it to have your birth control subscription, birth control prescription renewed. So I kind of don't have a choice. And then Wednesday, I'm having lunch with a friend, and we're going to check out a English bookshop we haven't gone to before. And then that evening, we're playing D&D at a friend's house. Then Thursday is a holiday here, so my husband has a 4-day weekend, and so I want to go to Parc de Bagatelle, which we've gone before a few years back for our anniversary in July. It's close, really close by to where we live, and like each month they have like different kind of flowers blooming, so we wanted to go in May to see a kind of a different set of flowers than we saw when we had gone in July before. And then we'll probably end up going to a movie or something. Like, I still haven't exactly planned out the weekend thing for what I want to do and stuff, but yeah, definitely going to be a busier week compared to last week. So today I have read 3 more chapters in Les Miserables. We're still following this random guy. Crap. I told myself to remember the name, and I even like said it a few times so I would remember, but I seriously can't remember this dude's name, probably just because I don't care about him. Where is it? Gillenormand. There we go. Gillenormand. We're still following this guy, which we just started learning about at the end of last week's reading vlog. And it's still just kind of talking about random stuff about him. Like, the first chapter I read is like he has this philosophy when it comes to women where if you're married and you basically hate your wife, give her the purse strings. Like, that's exactly what they called it, the purse strings. So that way she takes care of all the finances and is distracted and leaves you alone, kind of thing. And then it goes on to say that it didn't quite work out for him because when he, I think, did he divorce his second wife or did she die? I literally don't know because I don't fucking care. But when she ended up being out of the picture, she had mismanaged his finances so much. And yeah, it's just kind of like, why are we talking about this dude? Then it goes on to talk about how he names his servants based on where they come from, and all of his female servants he calls like Nicolette, I think it was. And like, since his male servant that he just hired was from this certain place that begins with a B, he named him Basque, and it's just like, what? So he's very peculiar guy, and I have no idea what his relevance is. Relevance. God, I cannot talk today. And the last chapter I read was talking about how he had this maidservant who like fled, disappeared in the night kind of thing. She just fucked off. And then like 6 months later there's a baby on his doorstep and she's claiming it's his, and this guy is 80 years old and he's like, this baby ain't mine, but I'll keep it, I guess, because I need someone to take care of it. Well, then a year later she does the same thing, but it's like she hasn't been there for a year, so obviously it's not his. And he's just kind of like, nah brah, and gives both of the children back to her, but ends up giving her like 80 francs a month to go toward the children, and like wants to visit them sometimes and stuff, even though they're not his. So he's not like completely a bad guy, but he's just definitely odd. And I really hope we kind of find out why we're talking so much about this random dude, because I really don't understand at the moment. And they haven't mentioned any other names that I recognize or anything. It's just been about this guy's life. And I think right now he's like 90. And so I don't know if he's about to die or what is going on. But that's where I'm at right now in this.
And we have a Torti girl. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, Torti?
So that's kind of the okay, we are investigating apparently. But that's pretty much how this week is gonna go. I really wish, oh my god, Torti, I really wish like the weather forecast was more consistent, because before it's like it's gonna rain and thunderstorm all day, and it definitely hasn't. It's been very like off and on, and it hasn't been like thunderstorm type. So I don't know. Torti, you are very much in the way. What are you doing? I just hope everything goes well tonight. The show's supposed to start at 8, so it's like almost 6-ish right now, so I'll probably start cooking dinner soon so I can have some of that before I head out. And then I just hope I don't get stuck in the rain coming home, because unfortunately the way going home, or going there, I have to take a different way coming back, because line 4 just freaking closes at 10:15 because it's been under construction for like 3 fucking years now. So I have a lot more walking I have to do coming home, which it sucks because it's like I don't want to bring an umbrella because I would literally just have to hold on to it the whole time in a freaking like bar at a drag show, and that doesn't seem fun, but we'll see. So there's a lot of noise going on right now, so I apologize for that, but I thought I had filmed yesterday. Like, I literally had a clear memory of filming, but my phone says no. So not sure what's happening with my memory at the moment there, but Monday night I did go to the drag show, and I can pretty much confirm I'm never going to that venue again. It was the 3rd time I've been to Les Etoiles, and each time Tom had gone with me the other 2 times, so pretty much each time we would be like, yeah, we're not going back there, but then like Manila was there, so I had to go again, and now Jujubee, Crystal Method, and Willem were there, so it's like, I need to go. But yeah, I think no matter who ends up performing there, I think you just can't see, and I don't know if I put any of the little clips I kind of showed of the crowd or not, but yeah. Everyone would hold their phones in the air like that too, and so any little bit I could see was just gone at that point. Also, like, the stage is really weird. Like, there's the stage and then the floor goes like that, like it's higher in the front than the back, which makes no sense. It should be the opposite, right? That's how theaters are built, but no. So pretty much like the second it was over, I booked it out of there because it was just hot couldn't see anything, and I'm just like, why am I here? So in the end, unfortunately, I don't really think it was worth it, and that just kind of sucks. So anyway, yesterday I had my appointment. That was fine, yada yada. That reminds me I need to mail the sample in. Today, plans have changed a little bit. They're still the same for the early afternoon. I'm going to be meeting up with a friend to have some lunch and go to an English bookshop I haven't been before called Bill and Rosa's. And I think it's a smaller one. Like, I think it's in like the basement of a different business or something. Like, I don't really know. I'm kind of wanting to create a video of English bookshops in Paris, so I think this is the first one I'm gonna go to and try to get some footage at. The other ones, since tomorrow is a holiday here and the weather will actually be really nice, so I think that either like Thursday, Friday, or whatever, I'll be going out again and trying to hit up some other English bookshops here. But that's the thing, I don't know if places will be open on Thursday. Like, it's really hard to gauge that, so not sure if I'll try on that day or not. But originally this evening we were supposed to have D&D. That is not happening anymore. This session has been moved twice now. It isn't even going to be this weekend, it's going to be the following weekend. But my husband looked at my notes, and we've literally only had this campaign of D&D once a month. So it's supposed to be once every 2 weeks, so that hasn't been going according to plan. But anyway, I haven't read any today, but yesterday I read 3 chapters in Les Miserables. I finished up this book, which of course was still about this old man. Now, I'm gonna read you the last sentence of the last chapter in this book. It says, "The boy was his grandson, of whom we shall be hearing more." Really, Victor Hugo? Really? We had this entire book here be about this random old guy when it's actually his grandson that's important. So the next book is called like Grandfather and Grandson or something like that. I don't know why I closed it actually. Yeah, book 3, Grandfather and Grandson, and the first chapter is called An Old Time Salon. The grandson is not Gavroche, so it's kind of weird that they introduced him and then this old guy. But did it even say? I think it said, I don't know, I thought it had said his name, but I'm not seeing it now. And it's saying little boy, so I mean, maybe it's Gavroche, maybe I misunderstood, I don't know. I'll find out when I start this book 3, I guess. It just seems so weird. He always goes into like all this depth about things that don't matter or have very, very little relevance in the rest of the story. And like, what the fuck, Victor Hugo? Really, truly, like, brah, what are you doing here? It's kind of a waste of space. And I really don't know why he does that. Like, I kind of read when I had looked up about like the nun thing or the convent thing, that they said that he just kind of likes writing about everything, and that's so blatant in here. Like, he's just like, all right, we're going to this place now, so I have to go into every single minute detail about this place and the surrounding area and all the people who live there. So he just kind of needs to chill a bit, and this probably could be like 400 pages less if he didn't go into all this unnecessary detail, if not more. So I'm really not sure what's gonna happen now. I guess we're still going to be focusing on this old guy and his grandson, apparently. Gavroche or not Gavroche, I don't know yet. I feel like my brain is just not wanting to remember anything correctly at the moment. So that's where we're at right now. Since we don't have D&D tonight, I should be able to read another, chapter or 2 today, so I'll probably check in a bit later with that. Until then, enjoy some clips from book shopping. Heyo, just got back. There are cats doing cat shenanigans out here on the terrace. It's a pretty beautiful day. I chose to film out here just because my husband is doing some stuff in the other room, and it looks like the cats are about to fight. Someone is gonna get bopped. Look at these idiots. Why are you letting her bop you, Ori? And now she is in the way. Anyway, so this bookstore I went to with my friend is called Bill and Rosa's. I don't know if I said that before or not. And it actually turned out to be a really nice place. Like, it's small, but there's like the tiny main floor, there's a downstairs, there's a back room, and it's just like all covered in books. And I don't know if she's like the owner or like the main person working there or what. And I also didn't get her name, but she was really informative and talkative and helped us out and was just really nice. And she also loves horror, so we got to talk about that with each other a little bit. I ended up getting 6 books, 8 kind of altogether, because I did try like the blind date with a book thing. Like, there's 2 thrillers in here and they must be pretty short, and this was only $3, so like I wanted to try it since I've never done anything like this before. But what I did get, I'm going to show you, but I'm not really going to talk about like what it is or like the plots or anything, and just kind of like maybe a little thing of why I got it, because I might do a little book haul at some point, because I want to make like that video of the English bookshops in Paris that isn't Shakespeare and Company. And so after I'm done with that, I think I kind of want to do a little book haul of everything that I end up getting from those trips. So I got The Island of Dr. Moreau and Other Stories by H.G. Wells. I have a lot of H.G. Wells stuff now, I think, but this was actually in their free box because there's a little bit of like highlighting, but it's so sparse through here. I still kind of can't believe that this was free. So I got that. I got something I didn't know existed, Roald Dahl's A Book of Ghost Stories. And at first I'm like, wait, these are by him? But they aren't. It is 14 of his favorite tales. So, wow, there's 14 stories in here. Okay. Oh, I just found a bookmark. But the shop owner, gosh, I forgot words for a second there. The shop owner, when she saw me pull this out, she said she has read this and that is one of her favorite books, and that she really loves this a lot, and she's really into ghost stories, so she highly recommended this, so I ended up grabbing that. Next I grabbed The Woman in Black, just because I got it from the library once before, but the copy they had was really strange, and I didn't like the font in it or anything, so I ended up not reading it. So I just got this, since it's just a very straightforward book with a really large font. Next, I grabbed Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice. I've also gotten this from the library before, but it's like a super old copy that was falling apart to where I was like afraid to even open it. So I didn't read it then too, and I also feel like this is going to be one that's going to take me quite a while to read. So I just wanted to own a copy. Then I got Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. Not sure if that's how you say the first name. I've never heard of this or seen it at all before, and it's quite a pretty cover. I don't know if there's anything underneath. No, there isn't. I don't really know what this is about besides like some gunslingers and stuff, but it had good reviews, so I grabbed it. Next is a book that I've actually heard quite a lot about, and everyone seems to generally rave about. That is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. That's a funny last name. I don't remember what this book is about offhand, although I did read the description when I was in the shop just to double check. But pretty much I've just heard quite a lot of hype around this, I guess, and it sounds like something that I would enjoy, so I grabbed it. And then I have these thriller surprise books, so let's open that up right now and see what I got. Kind of, oh, I see The Death of something. All right. Oh my gosh, very shiny. So we have Death of a Partner by Janet Neal. I have no idea. It's shortlisted for the Golden Dagger Award. And then Valediction by Robert Parker. I've not heard of either of these authors before, so I will have to check these out on Goodreads. I'm not going to read the description or anything like that right now. They're both Penguin books. Yeah. Huh. but both short reads, so I might end up checking these out if they sound up my alley. But yeah, that's kind of my little haul from the bookstore today, and that's pretty much it for today, because like I said before, D&D was cancelled. I still haven't read my Les Miserables chapter today yet, obviously, since I just got home. It's also like 4 p.m, so I was gone for quite a while. We spent a while going through those books. But yeah, not sure if I will update later with the Les Miserables thing or just wait until tomorrow, but we'll see.
He's such a teethy boy. Look at those fangs. Nyeh. Tiny teeth. Oh. Oh, I thought you were gonna stretch. I thought you were gonna stretch. Because you're a baby boy. So much fur.
And here comes Torti already. She always has to investigate when I'm filming. Hi. So, as you can tell, different day now. Oh, there she goes. And that is because I ended up not reading the chapter last night, actually. I'm not sure why I did that. Oh. And Pikachu is barking now, so sorry if you can hear that. But I just read a chapter in here today. I was originally going to read 2 to make up for yesterday, but the chapters are really long now, and since we're still just talking about this old guy, I really don't feel like reading another really long chapter. So I'm just gonna save that for tomorrow. I've been reading multiples like every day, so it's not exactly a concern. Yeah, today it's pretty much talking about how this old guy is bourgeois. He goes to these salons with all these other famous people, so there was a lot of name dropping again. And it's names that really don't mean nothing to me, or that really mean nothing to me, I should say. And there he goes again. Pikachu! And now I lost my train of thought. But he talks about like some kings and things like that, and about like royalists, Bonapartists, like all of those kind of people. Oh yeah, and there's one point where I was talking about kings, and instead of saying like king in front of it, it just said something about like, and in whispered hopes concerning Monsieur, who later became Charles X. And I was like, wait, Charles Xavier? Like X-Men? What is going on? And then I realized like, oh yeah, probably like, it's probably King Charles X or something like that. But just seeing Charles X, I was like, wait a second. I thought that was kind of funny. And then is it the last sentence? No, it's the last sentence on this page. And in concerns of like, who goes to this salon and everything like that, it's, well, not the chapter, but this page ends on this sentence, which I think is a pretty powerful sentence, actually. It's pretty interesting. It says, this is page 523. I try to always say the page number, but a lot of times I forget, I've realized. But anyway, it says, that world is like Olympus. Even a thief is accepted in it if he is also a god. And I think that's one of my favorite sentences I've read in here so far. I just think it's super fitting and interesting. And what's really frustrating about this book so far is even though it's called Grandfather and Grandson, it did not mention the grandson until the last paragraph of this chapter. And since it's longer, it's just like, can we get to the point? But it just says that the child is 7, and everyone's like, oh, poor child, what a shame. And people are like that because I guess his dad was part of this like army that had like retreated when people think they shouldn't have, and so he's considered like a disgrace. So his dad is the son-in-law of this old dude, so everyone's like really pitying him because he's just kind of like tagging along kind of thing. I guess he doesn't go into the salons themselves, but it kind of has to wait outside kind of thing. So he just kind of listens to like what they're saying. It still hasn't given him a name, it just says he's 7, so I mean, I'm just gonna kind of assume it's Gavroche at this point. But I hope we talk about more of him and not the old guy, because like, this whole chapter was just about who this old man surrounds himself with, and it's just kind of like, haven't we already talked about that enough? So we'll see what the next chapter holds. It's super long, so hopefully it's not just more name dropping. So I'm currently reading my Les Miserables chapter for the day, and I just had a full circle moment in here. Like, Victor Hugo does some really weird things and you wonder why, but then one sentence just kind of puts all the pieces together. So this chapter so far has been about the grandson's father, so the old guy's son-in-law. And the first page, we don't even know who he's talking about. He's like, there's this 50-year-old man that's under this bridge doing this gardening stuff. And it's like, okay, what the hell does that have to do anything? And then after that, we find out that it's the grandson's dad. And now, on the third page, after all these freaking name drops and stuff of it just kind of going through his entire career in the military, it says, we have heard something of his story. After being extricated by Thénardier from the sunken lane he had managed to rejoin, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, so he was at Waterloo and he was the guy that Thénardier pulled out of the freaking rubble and stole, I think it was a ring or something from. And it's just like, Victor Hugo, oh my gosh, what are you doing? So I'm gonna finish reading that and then come back. Okay, I'm back just a few minutes later because I realized I'm a freaking idiot. So I had been kind of theorizing, like, is this grandson Gavroche? Like, what are we talking about here? Because I didn't realize that we were in a different time period, I guess. And I was stupid for thinking that because, like, it's already talked about Gavroche's family. So I don't really understand why I was thinking that. I don't know. I just forgot, I guess. But we finally have the name of the grandson. Finally. The little boy whose name was Marius. So it's like, finally. So this is Marius's backstory. And I guess I just never thought it could be him because obviously we don't hear anything about when he's a child in the media of it. So yeah, definitely a lot more context. And now we finally have a freaking name. Okay, so I just finished the chapter and pretty much Marius's father, he did like everything in the army. He like held every position, did every role, worked his way up kind of thing. He was put into like the Legion of Honor and a baron and all of that. He was put into that position by Napoleon. So when Waterloo happens and they all fail and everything, he's kind of disgraced and the king doesn't let him keep those titles and stuff. So the old guy is like, I will disown your son if you don't get the fuck out of here kind of thing. So he leaves Marius with the grandfather to be raised in a rich household with like an education and everything like that, so that he isn't like poor and on the street kind of deal. And so he just kind of becomes like this self-sustaining person in this town called Vernon, which I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I don't think it's too far from Paris. And he just kind of like tends this garden and things like that. And Marius doesn't know anything about his dad. Like, he's not allowed to see him, know anything about him, anything like that. And so that's where we're at with that chapter. And glad we finally know who this child is, because that's just been bothering me this whole time. Also, I need to show you Ori. Look at that animal. He just did like this big stretch. Now he's all laid out. So anyway, today for lunch we went to L'Entrecôte, which is a place that is in Toulouse actually. That's the best one. I don't know if Toulouse is where it originated or not, but that's where we first had it. And there's a place just one metro stop away that's the same. And it was really good still, but Toulouse is still the best. It was the third L'Entrecôte we have tried, because there are at least two here in Paris. But after that, I originally was going to go to at least 3 different English bookshops here for that video that I'm wanting to make. But it was raining when we went out this morning, and it was still super cloudy and everything. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go to this one bookstore that I've never been to before. And it's kind of like out away from the other ones. And so I ended up going there. It's called Smith & Son, and it's basically like, it's an English bookshop, but it's an English bookshop, as in like UK. And so they had a lot of stuff with the Queen's face on it, but they had pretty much all the like popular and recent books and like special edition things like the cloth bound classics and some really cool editions, which is why I ended up picking this, The Gothic Tales of H.P. Lovecraft. Like, look at that cover. That's really nice. And this is the back. So I picked this up, and I just got this because obviously it's Paris, so it's like premium prices. So I don't want to get anything that I can easily get on like Kindle, or if it's something special that I can get on like Book Depository or something for a lot cheaper. So I generally just want to get stuff that would be more difficult to get otherwise. But it was a pretty cool shop. It was a lot bigger than I was expecting. They have like household items even, and like greeting cards, stationery things and stuff. So it was pretty interesting in there. They don't have a horror section though, which is just like, what? They said that they put their horror books in either the fantasy section or the crime section. Like Stephen King is in the crime section, and I'm just like, okay, you do that, I guess. So yeah, I thought how they organized their books was a bit strange. So that's pretty much been the day so far. Like, I'm definitely not going out again. Of course, the sun started coming out like right when I got home though, so whatever. But I'm thinking I'll probably go to the other bookshops on like Monday or something, because it's supposed to be nicer weather then. But tomorrow we are going to Parc de Bagatelle. We've been there once before, but it was at a different time of year, so we want to go to see the different types of flowers that are there this time of year. So I'll probably have some clips of that tomorrow and update you on the chapter I read, and then that will probably be the end. So I kind of forgot to do this beforehand, but we were at Parc de Bagatelle, like I'd said we would go to before, and it's just as nice as I remember. We actually haven't been here since 2019, but it's actually a really nice day, and there's never a lot of people here, so that's really nice. We think it's because it's technically outside of Paris, but like, just look at this. It's just so gorgeous here, and there's all different kinds of birds. We've already seen multiple peacocks, and holy crap, you can walk through there. I didn't realize that. So you find cats here, and there's one you can just barely see in the bush over there, and this one looks like our cat Torti and is behaving like her by eating the plants. Hey kitty kitty, get you cow kitty. Hi. Oh, meow. Hi. Oh, big stretch. Oh, and then there's thing. Oh, stretch walk. Hi. Hi, kitty. Oh, hi. Oh, oh, oh. So cute.
He's sizing you up, Toma. He's gonna fight you. Oh. Bye. And it is a lot later in the day. It's about 9 p.m. here. My phone is going to die soon, so I'm going to try and make this quick. Yes, that is Ori on my desk back there. He's a giant loaf waiting for dinner. So I did not read my chapter of Les Miserables today, and I'm not going to because it's getting late and I am pretty tired. I ended up taking a nap when we got home from the Parc de Bagatelle, and when I woke up, I was not feeling the greatest. I have taken a shower since then, and I still don't feel very well. So that's why I'm not going to force myself to read Les Miserables tonight. The park was really cool. We saw so many peacocks and cats and ducks and geese and everything. And I just love how chill of a park it is. Like, there's not a ton of people and stuff. So that was just fun. And sorry if that segment is long, but I took a lot of videos because that place is huge. And the peacocks were really showing off their feathers a lot today. So that was really nice and fun. We were there for like an hour and a half. So it was a really good morning. Unfortunately, the rest of the day hasn't been as good just because I simply don't feel as well. But I wanted to come here just to kind of close out the vlog instead of having to try to do that tomorrow. So as always, thank you for hanging out with me. It is greatly appreciated. And until next time, bonne journée and au revoir.